Noun. A noun is a countable noun. Definition of noun. 1. A noun is a word that refers to a person, place, thing, event, substance, or quality. 2. A noun is a word that refers to a person, such as an or doctor, a place, such as Paris or city, or a thing, a quality or an activity, such as plant, joy, or tennis. 3. A noun is a word such as car, love, or and which is used to refer to a person or thing. 4. A noun is a word or group of words that refers to a person, place, or thing or any syntactically similar word. 5. A noun is any of a class of words naming or denoting a person, thing, place, action, quality, etc. Example: woman, water, New York, talking, beauty. 6. A noun is any member of a class of words that are formally distinguished in many languages, as in English, typically by the plural and possessive endings, and that can function as the main or only elements of subjects or objects, as cat, belief, writing, Ohio, darkness. Nouns are often thought of as referring to persons, places, things, states, or qualities. 7. A noun is a word or group of words that represent a person, such as Michael, teacher, or police officer, a place, such as France or school, a thing or activity, such as coffee or football, or a quality or idea, such as danger or happiness. Nouns can be used as the subject or object of a verb, as in the teacher arrived or we like the teacher, or as the object of a preposition, as in good at football.
7. A noun is a word or group of words that represent a person, such as Michael, teacher, or police officer, a place, such as France or school, a thing or activity, such as coffee or football, or a quality or idea, such as danger or happiness. Nouns can be used as the subject or object of a verb, as in the teacher arrived or we like the teacher, or as the object of a preposition, as in good at football. 8. A noun is any member of a class of words that typically can be combined with determiners to serve as the subject of a verb, can be interpreted as singular or plural, can be replaced with a pronoun, and refer to an entity, quality, state, action, or concept.
Examples of noun.
Doctor, coal, and beauty are all nouns. Doctor, party, and beauty are nouns. There are 2 nouns in this sentence. Car is a concrete noun. Proper nouns begin with a capital letter. Flock is a collective noun. Happiness is an abstract noun. Sheep is both a singular and a plural noun. English nouns are not usually inflected. Most English plural nouns end in an S. Most feminine nouns in Polish end in the letter A. The noun is followed by an intransitive verb.
Examples of noun. 1. The first is that the noun in this construction already has some of the semantics of an ordinary verb. 2. Or, adopting a distributed point of view, conceptual representations of verbs may share fewer meaning elements in a bilingual's memory than those of nouns. 3. These studies examined the roles of phonological, morphological, and orthographic features of nouns in gender classification.
4. He supposes that nouns and verbs in that simulation are non-overlapping input categories. 5. This account might receive further support if the verbs actually attested with habitual do tended to have action nouns based on them. 6. Given sufficient processing time, would the postverbal noun be successful in displacing the filler as theme, regardless of its plausibility? 7. Thus, m-reflexives include a subset of picture noun reflexives. 8. The overall conclusion is then that from both the phonological and morphological perspective, adjectives behave very much like nouns but unlike verbs. 9. Solid vertical line indicates mean offset of target noun, 533 milliseconds. 10. Surprisingly, there were no utterances in which a child combined a novel noun with another noun from her existing vocabulary. 11. Even for nouns and adjectives, the grammatical classes with the greatest percentage of citation forms, signers chose CF variants 32% of the time. 12. Most of the recurring verbs have, do, make, do not establish useful selectional preferences, and most of the noun phrases are actually semantically weak pronouns.
13. The first category comprised single phrase utterances, minimally containing a preposition and a noun. 14. Also, most single word utterances addressed to the target child consisted of a noun. 15. A large-scale analysis of both oral and written text showed that nouns and verbs differed in the rhythmic contexts in which they typically occur.
16. Visitors can look up how to translate a word, see the plural form of the word, change the tense of a verb or add an adjective to a noun. 17. The problem is that the phrase itself is now being used as a modifier to a noun. 18. Siegfried and Roy's streak, one collective noun for a group of tigers, another is ambush, began in 1983 with the acquisition of 3 white cubs, imported from India via the Cincinnati Zoo. 19. The word later came to be used as a noun with a variety of meanings, such as vital information or juicy gossip. 20. Failure is a noun that limits people to false ideas of final outcomes. 21. In short, the noun has traditionally borne little relation to the sibling adjective enormous. 22. There is even a funny but mean collective noun for them, a consternation of mothers-in-law. 23. Halacha is not a noun but a verb, a pathway to infuse all our actions with kedusha, observing not only the letter of the law but the holy higher purpose of the law. 24. An example of a countable noun is table, and an example of an uncountable noun is money. 25. In safety barrier, the noun safety is being used as a modifier. 26. In this dictionary the word noun is represented by the letter N. 27. Examples of proper nouns in English are Joseph, Vienna, and the White House. 28. Family and flock are examples of collective nouns. 29. The probability of each part of speech starting and ending a noun phrase was then determined from this data. 30. And very often an indefinite article possibly with some a noun phrase with some modifier. 31. We might even discover that he uses a lower number of abstract nouns than other writers of his time. 32. It is a member of a class known as classical nouns. 33. But the grammarian is tongue-tied without his labels, noun, adjective, verb, adverb, conjunction, pronoun. 34. The superior recognition of gender-marked nouns and pronouns were marshaled as further evidence of their precocious development. 35. Others including prepositions, noun group compounds, individual constraints, synonyms, etc. 36. A better collective noun might be a kindness. 37. We are alone until we stumble upon a flamboyance of flamingos. What a pleasing collective noun. 38. What is the collective noun for this group? 39. Is there a collective noun for that? 40. English collective nouns reflect intense literary thought. 41. The ones that do gain currency are typically nouns referring to something new or newly identified in our age. 42. There is no collective noun for a group of CEOs, but perhaps it should be an enterprise. 43. One of the dictionary's amusing features is the pairing of nouns with specific adjectives. 44. Question 2. To what groups do the following collective nouns refer? 45. A noun is a person, place, or thing. 46. A plural noun ought to be followed by a verb in the plural. 47. In the plural noun phrase the incompetent authors, the adjective incompetent takes the same form as in the singular noun phrase the incompetent author. 48. Prefixes may also have plural forms, used in agreement with a plural noun. 49. Occasionally, the plural noun has the same form as the singular.
50. Some plural nouns are not really numbers of discrete items. 51. His own writing is invariably clear, his prose totally built on nouns and verbs. 52. Entities are things, people, places, or concepts, which may be represented by nouns or names. 53. He said at the time that 99% of search queries on Yahoo have a noun in them. 54. This nesting of proper nouns helps to make higher math impenetrable not just to outsiders, but also to working mathematicians trying to read their way from one subfield into another. 55. Following the social science usage of the time, Mead never employed the term gender in anything other than a linguistic sense, such as nouns that might be classed as feminine, masculine, or neuter. 56. The proper noun when spoken can be confused for the common noun. 57. The noun mechanicals refers to any physical reproduction of a composed and performed work, that is, canned music. 58. The Great Depression as a proper noun only came into popular use in the 1950s, long after the event was over. 59. When I shut off the radio, the last word I hear must be a noun, not a verb, or adjective, or preposition. 60. Star Trek, noun, science fiction franchise launched on television in 1966. 61. I can find no authority for making it a collective noun, as Bell suggests. 62. On the other hand, when the words a black are heard, the mind constructs no image, it waits until the noun modified is spoken. 63. In balanced sentences, one part is balanced against another, a noun and a noun, an adjective and an adjective, phrase and phrase. 64. The words pendulum and intensity were first used by him, and it was he who first used fluid as a noun. Examples of noun are used in sentences. 65. Cow milk is beneficial for health. 66. She cannot play the guitar. 67. My mother works in a school. 68. Do you live in America? 69. The sun rises in the east. 70. Dogs are very faithful animals. 71. She works in a garden daily. 72. The ball smashed through the window. 73. There are lots of animals in the Amazon jungle. 74. My mother cooks delicious food. 75. She put the milk in the refrigerator last night. 76. That was a horror movie I watched yesterday. 77. The colors of the interior walls are looking beautiful. 78. He has no faith in God. 79. Jumbo is one of the best dancers in this academy. 80. I am leaving for Paris this Wednesday. 81. One of my friends is working in an Indian embassy. 82. English is the first language that I learned when I was a baby. 83. The Statue of Liberty is situated in the United States. 84. Mountain trekking is one of my hobbies. 85. Kathy loves the weekends in the country. 86. We enjoy swimming after breakfast. 87. The cup fell and broke. 88. Emily loved spending time with her Aunt Nancy in Paris. 89. Buick and Jeep are two important car makers. 90. We visited Lake Erie, which separates the United States and Canada. 91. The person threw the rock across the yard. 92. My dog, Oreo, jumped in the air and caught the ball. 93. Can you smell the soup, John? 94. Love and friendship are equally important. 95. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. 96. Your mind can know a million things. 97. There are 5 dogs in the street. 98. I bought 3 tons of coal. 99. Margaret has 6 pairs of blue sandals. 100. Love is in the air. 101. The 4 elements are air, earth, fire, and water. 102. Her humor knows no bounds. 103. The team threw confetti when it was over. 104. Steve buys the band some sandwiches. 105. Meredith told the class she was getting married. Did you know? What is a noun? Nouns make up the largest class of words in most languages, including English. A noun is a word that refers to a thing, book, a person, Noah Webster, an animal, cat, a place, Omaha, a quality, softness, an idea, justice, or an action, yodeling. It's usually a single word, but not always. Cake, shoes, school bus, and time and a half are all nouns.
There are a number of different categories of nouns. There are common nouns and proper nouns. A common noun refers to a person, place, or thing but is not the name of a particular person, place, or thing. Examples are animal, sunlight, and happiness. A proper noun is the name of a particular person, place, or thing. It usually begins with a capital letter. Abraham Lincoln, Argentina, and World War I are all proper nouns.
A collective noun is a noun that names a group of people or things, such as flock or squad. It's sometimes unclear whether the verb for a collective noun should be singular or plural. In the United States, such nouns as company, team, herd, public, and class, as well as the names of companies, teams, etc., are treated as singular, but in the United Kingdom they are often treated as plural. US, the team has been doing well this season versus British, the team have been doing well this season. Gerunds are nouns that are identical to the present participle ing form of a verb, as in I enjoy swimming more than running. An attributive noun is a noun that modifies another noun that immediately follows it, such as business in business meeting. These nouns look like adjectives, but they're not. For learners of English, the most important feature of a noun is whether it can be counted. A count noun is a noun that can be used after a or an or after a number, or another word that means more than one. Count nouns have both singular and plural forms and can be used with both singular and plural verb forms, as with the word letter in a letter for you is on the table. Letters for you arrive regularly. Sometimes the plural form of a count noun is the same as its singular form, as in I saw a deer in my yard yesterday. There are a lot of deer in the woods near my house.
A mass noun, or non-count noun, refers to something that cannot be counted. Mass nouns are normally not used after the words a or an or after a number. They have only one form and are used with singular verb forms, as in Portuguese is one of the languages they speak, and the information was unclear. Some nouns are not count or mass nouns. Nouns which only ever refer to one thing are called singular nouns. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun. We heard a terrible din in the alley. And a plural noun refers to more than one person or thing, or sometimes to something that has two main parts. Plural nouns have only one form and are used with plural verb forms. Townspeople are invited to a forum on the project. These scissors are dull. A particular noun can have any or all of these kinds of uses. Count, I've read that book several times. Mass, time seemed to stop when I saw him for the first time. Singular, the time is 3:22. Plural, fuel costs 3 times as much as it did 5 years ago.
Other pronunciation of noun.
Noun. 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 Noun.
Nouns. Nouns.
Derived forms. Nounal, nounal, adjective. Nounali, nounally, adverb. Nounless, nounless, adjective. A prepositional phrase qualifying a noun. An adjective preceding the noun. Thank for watching.
Thank for watching.